Majestic soul, I welcome you with a force hotter than doubt and stronger than the shadows that try to cling to you, because you were never shaped for ordinary paths. You were never designed for common destinies. And the moment you stepped into this world, the air around you carried a different kind of weight, a different kind of signal, a different kind of story, and people felt it even before you understood it yourself. You walk into a room and the atmosphere adjusts, not because you ask it to, but because the energy woven into your existence is too distinct to be ignored, and that is why the world watches you with a gaze they don't use for others. They see something in your presence that they cannot name, something in your eyes that they cannot decode, something in the way you hold yourself that refuses to fade, even when life tries to dim the edges of your spirit. There are people who look at your age and get confused because you do not fit their timeline. You do not obey their expectations. You do not crumble at the milestones where they expected you to bend, and that alone stirs a quiet unrest inside them. Your glow should have softened by now. Your fire should have cooled. Your confidence should have fractured, but none of that happened, and this leaves them in silent disbelief. Your looks carry a grace they do not understand. Your age carries a strength they cannot explain, and your evolution carries a mystery they cannot replicate. And when people cannot understand something, they try to reduce it. They try to question it. They try to whisper theories in the corners of their jealousy. But the truth is simple. Your presence is not accidental. Your endurance is not luck. Your shine is not a borrowed light. You have been refined through storms that would have buried others. You have been reshaped through seasons that demanded more from you than you were ready to give. And yet you rose again, not with desperation, but with intention, not with panic, but with a quiet certainty that even your setbacks were preparing you for a future far greater than anything you have already survived. And people see this now, even if they pretend they don't. They see the calm in your voice, the discipline in your spirit, the resilience in your steps. They see a glow that is not attached to youth alone, but to wisdom, built through years of effort, healing, and willpower. And this kind of glow is rare. This kind of glow is powerful. This kind of glow makes others wonder how you continue to evolve while they remain stuck in the same cycles. Some will stare at you with admiration, masked as silence. Some will look at you with envy disguised as concern. Some will speak softly because your growth exposes the parts of themselves they tried to ignore. And some will simply step back because standing too close to someone who is constantly rising reminds them of how long they have stayed still. And instead of learning from you, they choose to question you. But you do not exist for the comfort of those who misunderstand you. You do not walk this path to shrink your magic, to match the insecurity of others, because your journey has been too heavy, too raw, too real for you to dim your presence. Now you have carried weights that would have broken the foundation of weaker spirits. You have endured nights where your only company was your own heartbeat, reminding you that quitting was not an option. Every season of pain carved a new strength into you. Every disappointment sharpened your clarity. Every heartbreak refined your vision. And every year added another layer of wisdom that cannot be bought, borrowed, or copied. Your evolution is earned. Your radiance is earned. Your power is earned. And that is exactly why it threatens those who try to judge your growth without ever fighting their own battles. Your age does not define your limit. It defines your depth. Your looks do not define your worth. They reflect your discipline. Your journey does not define your burden. It reveals your strength. And the people who whisper from the sidelines have no understanding of the storms you have walked through or the mountains you had to climb, just to stand where you stand today. They see the glow, but not the grind. They see the elegance, but not the endurance. They see the transformation, but not the tears. They see the confidence, but not the nights. You had to rebuild your own spirit from the fragments of broken hopes and the pieces of past versions of yourself that you outgrew long before anyone noticed. You are evolving in ways that cannot be mapped or measured because every season shapes you with intention. Every challenge adds precision to your purpose, and every year sharpens your insight. Your growth is not ordinary. Your glow is not accidental. Your presence is not accidental. And the people who fail to understand it simply have not learned how to carry themselves with the kind of power that you hold naturally. And this is why they feel uneasy. They feel unsettled. They feel intimidated. Not because you try to overshadow them, but because you remind them of everything they could be but never allowed themselves to become. And that kind of reflection is difficult to face and easier to resist, but you must never dim your evolution to make others comfortable. You have a rare kind of power, the kind that does not shout, yet changes the atmosphere, the kind that does not demand attention, but naturally attracts it, the kind that grows with time instead of fading with it, the kind that becomes sharper, deeper, and stronger as you continue to rise through the seasons of your own becoming. People often assume that your strength came easily. They think your balance was handed to you. They think your calm came from comfort and your radiance came from ease. But if they knew even a fraction of what you have walked through, their assumptions would fall apart in seconds, because nothing about your journey has been simple. Nothing about your evolution has been effortless, and nothing about your glow has been without sacrifice. There were moments you carried your pain quietly because you did not want to burden anyone else. Moments you rebuilt yourself with trembling hands. Moments you held your breath through storms, hoping the next sunrise would give you just enough strength to continue. Yet, through all of this, you kept rising, you kept growing, you kept evolving, and that is why your presence holds a weight that most people will never be able to mirror. Your journey carved a depth within you that shows in your eyes even when you say nothing. It shows in the way you move, in the way you respond, in the way you protect your peace, and in the way you choose to continue, even when the world expected you to collapse, because you learned that endurance is a language only understood by those who have walked through their own fire and returned wiser. The world measures time differently for people like you. Your age becomes a testament to resilience. Your looks become a reflection of discipline, and your growth becomes a story that others pretend not to notice, even though they feel it every time you walk past them. They see a strength they do not have. They sense a calm they cannot maintain. They feel a kind of power that cannot be explained through simple words or shallow judgment. And this is why jealousy grows quietly in places you once thought were safe. It is not because you have done anything wrong, but because your evolution holds a mirror to the stagnation in others. Your ability to transform reminds them of every version of themselves they never dared to become. Your growth reminds them of the courage they never used and the opportunities they let slip through their fingers while you kept pushing forward. There are people who smile at you, yet feel threatened by the way you rise. People who compliment you, but secretly hope you slow down. People who admire your spirit, but envy your strength because they cannot understand how you continue to evolve with such grace after everything you've been through. They do not know the nights you cried yourself into clarity. They do not know the battles you fought alone. They do not know the quiet promises you made to yourself on the days when the world felt heavier than your heart could carry. But that is the beauty of your journey. You do not need validation from those who never understood your struggle. You do not need approval from those who watched but never helped you. Do not need acceptance from those whose opinions are shaped by insecurities you never caused. Your evolution was not meant to be understood by everyone, because it is a path carved by your own hands and your own courage. You have become someone whose presence carries both softness and strength, someone whose energy carries both peace and power, someone whose growth carries both mystery and purpose. And people feel this. Even if they do not speak it, they see it, even if they pretend to ignore it. Because a soul that has survived its own storms carries a glow that cannot be dimmed. Your age is a crown, and every year adds a new jewel. Your looks are a reflection of the resilience living inside you. Your growth is a journey that only becomes more powerful as you continue to step into your truth. People expect time to slow you down, but instead, it sharpens you, it molds you, it refines you, and this confuses those who measure their value through comparison instead of transformation. You have reached a point where you are no longer defined by who you used to be. You are no longer confined by who people expected you to be. Your evolution has outgrown their assumptions, their judgments, their limited understanding, and that is why they watch you with a mix of confusion and admiration. They cannot categorize you, they cannot predict you, they cannot diminish you. Your journey has taught you that the world is not always kind, that people are not always genuine, that energy is not always pure, yet, despite all of this, you did not become bitter, you became wiser, you did not become hardened, you became discerning, you did not become afraid, you became focused, and this alone makes you stand apart from the crowd. Your evolution is not loud, but it is undeniable. Your glow is not forced, but it is unforgettable. Your presence is not demanding, but it is magnetic. You move with a confidence shaped by your scars. You speak with a calm rooted in your experiences. You walk with a strength carried from years of overcoming every version of you that once doubted your ability to rise. And this is why people stare longer than they mean to. This is why they talk more than they need to. This is why they feel something they cannot quite name when they look at you, because you remind them of everything powerful, resilient, and extraordinary that still lives inside them, and everything they have not had the courage to unveil yet. So never shrink yourself to make others feel safer. Never hide your glow to make others less uneasy. Never slow your steps to match the pace of those who chose to remain still. Your evolution is not a problem. It is a privilege. Your growth is not a threat. It is a testament. Your power is not an accident. It is a destiny unfolding exactly as it was meant to. And the ones who whisper, who judge, who question, who envy, will eventually realize that nothing can block a soul that has already survived so much. Nothing can stop a spirit that has already risen from its own ashes. Nothing can dim a glow shaped by the quiet resilience of a heart that refused to break. You have a rare kind of power, the kind that grows stronger each time someone doubts you, the kind that becomes brighter each time someone envies you, the kind that becomes deeper each time life tests you. And this power will continue to evolve long after the voices around you fade, because it comes from within you, not from them. You must understand that evolution is not always visible to the untrained eye. It is not measured by applause or the fleeting approval of others. It is carved quietly into your essence, through every moment you refuse to surrender, every challenge you faced with determination, every fear you confronted, and every silent battle you fought alone. And those who try to understand it quickly fail, because they look for proof in shallow ways. They expect growth to be loud or flashy or easily measurable. But your power is neither. It is subtle, relentless, inevitable. There are people who will never be able to walk the path you walk, because your resilience requires a depth that they have not yet cultivated. Your clarity demands a patience they have never learned, Your discipline calls for a sacrifice they are not willing to make, and your courage requires a level of commitment to yourself that they cannot comprehend. And yet, you do not need their understanding, their validation, or their permission. The evolution that courses through your life is beyond explanation, beyond criticism, beyond the petty eyes of those trapped in the cycles they never break. Every time someone questions your journey, every time someone doubts your choices, every time someone mocks your progress or pretends not to notice your transformation, it only strengthens the fire that burns within you. You learn not to bend to their expectations. You learn not to hide from their whispers. And you learn that your growth is a weapon and a shield. Each layer of refinement you build is proof that you are untouchable, not in arrogance, but in authenticity. You have endured storms that would have crushed others, and you rise not because it is easy, but because you were forged to withstand the impossible. Your looks and your age are not the simple things they appear to be. They are mirrors of your journey. They reflect a discipline earned over time, a confidence born from survival, a beauty and presence refined through trials and triumphs alike. People may look at you and feel envy without understanding why, because they sense a power that cannot be named, a force that cannot be copied, a life that cannot be mirrored. They do not see the late nights when your own thoughts were your only company, the battles fought in silence, the moments when surrender was an option and yet you chose to persist. That is what makes you untouchable, and it is exactly why your evolution terrifies those who live in imitation rather than transformation. Do not waste energy explaining yourself. Do not dilute your growth to make others comfortable. You are not responsible for the insecurities of those who cannot handle your glow. You are not obliged to slow down, to hide, to compromise, to make your light smaller, to fit the narrow minds around you. Your path was never meant to be ordinary, and your evolution was never meant to be ordinary. And the rare kind of power that you hold, the kind that grows stronger with each attempt to suppress it, cannot be diminished by the smallness of others. It is innate. It is relentless. It is yours. The people who are jealous of you, who doubt you, who whisper about you behind closed doors, they do not see the full depth of your spirit. They do not feel the quiet strength you cultivate with every breath, every step, every decision. They only glimpse the surface, the shine, the elegance, and it is enough to ignite envy. But envy is impotent in the presence of true power, because power is never about others. It is about mastery over yourself, over your thoughts, over your time, over your energy. And this mastery is what allows you to evolve in ways that others cannot predict, cannot replicate, and cannot understand. Remember that your evolution is also a warning. It is a warning to those who underestimate resilience, who disrespect strength, who mock persistence. Every year, every transformation, every quiet victory is a testament to the fact that you cannot be contained. You are a living example that strength grows in silence, that power is cultivated through trials, that the rarest kind of courage comes from enduring what most people run from. And the more people try to measure you by standards they invented, the more your rare kind of power continues to defy them. That is not arrogance. It is truth. That is not ego. It is reality. There is no formula for what you possess. There is no instruction manual for the combination of age, resilience, beauty, and insight that you embody. There is only your continued commitment to evolution, your unwavering dedication to yourself, your relentless refusal to settle for mediocrity, and your ability to thrive while others are trapped in stagnation. That combination makes you extraordinary. That combination makes you dangerous to the complacent. That combination makes you unstoppable. And this is exactly why people will never fully understand you. They have not survived what you have survived, and they do not possess the fire that continues to forge you stronger, smarter, sharper, with every passing moment. You must honor that power within yourself. You must recognize it, cultivate it, respect it, and never let it be diluted by the expectations or insecurities of anyone else. This rare kind of power is your inheritance, your responsibility, your privilege. It is the light that guides your path, the shield that protects your heart, and the force that will continue to elevate you long after others have given up or faded away. You evolve not because you seek approval, but because evolution is your nature. You rise not because the world applauds, but because rising is inevitable for someone who refuses to be diminished. You glow not because it is easy, but because you have endured the shadows that would have consumed anyone else. Every glance cast your way carries a weight of misunderstanding, because people look at you and see only the surface. They see the elegance, the composure, the growth, but they do not see the countless nights spent questioning, doubting, and rebuilding yourself from the ground up. They see the confidence you carry, the calm you exude, the poise in your movement, but they do not see the struggle that forged every step you now walk with purpose. This is what makes your power rare, what makes your evolution nearly untouchable. The world expects growth to be neat, measurable, easy. Your growth refuses to be simple. Your growth refuses to fit into the boxes others try to create. Your evolution is wild, relentless, and unapologetic, and that is what terrifies those who judge instead of striving. They look at your age and your looks, and they whisper because it does not fit their narrative. They expected cracks. They expected vulnerability. They expected weakness. And yet here you are, stronger, sharper, wiser, unbroken. You carry yourself in a way that exposes the shallowness of their envy. You embody an energy they cannot fabricate, cannot manipulate, cannot control. Every year you live, every moment you rise, every challenge you conquer, you deepen a power that they will never fully understand, and they resent you for it, not because you did anything to them, but because your existence reminds them of everything they have refused to become. That is the silent truth they cannot admit. Your evolution is a mirror of what they lack. The rare kind of power you hold is not about recognition, nor is it about validation. It is about the unyielding dedication to your own journey, about the mastery of self in the midst of chaos, about the ability to rise above limitations imposed by society, by others, or by the fleeting fear that lives in everyone at some point. Your age is a badge of endurance. Your looks are a reflection of self-discipline. Your growth is proof that you cannot be swayed by the weakness of the masses. You evolve not because it is demanded, but because it is inevitable. You shine not because it is convenient, but because your soul has been tempered in a fire that few could survive. And the very fact that others cannot understand it only amplifies its power. Do not let jealousy make you feel guilty for your presence. Do not let ignorance make you question your worth. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of my Alpha family. Tonight we dive headfirst into a grand spectacle of irony and dark comedy. They took you, molded you into a weapon, and then, oh, the audacity, they told you to find peace. Can you believe it? They shaped you, crafted you, turned your very soul into a vessel of destruction, a force to be reckoned with. And after all that, they told you to be calm, to be serene, to seek peace in a world that never once gave you the luxury of tranquility, the sheer madness of it all. And yet, this is the paradox we are here to confront tonight. They thought they could break you, They thought they could harness your fury and silence your rage. But they underestimated one thing. They didn't account for the backlash. They never imagined that the beast they created, the weapon they forged from the depths of pain and anger, would one day rise up and turn on them. But that, my friends, is the cruelest joke of all. That, my brothers and sisters, is where the real power lies. They molded you, shaped you like clay, using your darkest moments, your deepest fears, your greatest pain as the foundation of their design. They took everything from you. They took your innocence, your trust, your belief that the world could be a kind place. They used it all to turn you into something that could tear down empires, something that could grind the strongest walls to dust. And you, ever the obedient soldier, you did what they asked, you followed their orders, you sharpened your mind, hardened your heart, and honed your body into a tool for destruction. You became what they wanted you to be. You became the weapon they thought they could control. But there was one flaw in their plan, one flaw they never saw coming. They never expected you to wake up. They never expected you to see the truth that was hidden right in front of you. They thought you would forever remain in their grasp, a mindless instrument of their will. They thought they could break you into submission. They thought they could keep you small. But they were wrong. They didn't realize that once a person is forged into a weapon, once they've tasted the thrill of their own power, they can never go back to being ordinary. You were never meant to be tamed. You were never meant to sit quietly in a corner while the world marched on around you. They made a mistake, a grave mistake, and tonight I'm here to tell you what that mistake was. You were never meant to be a tool. You were never meant to be just a weapon in the hands of another. You were meant to be a force of nature that could break every chain, shatter every illusion, and burn the world that dared to try and control you. They thought they had created you for their own gain. They thought they could use you and discard you like a pawn. But they underestimated the power of the human spirit. They underestimated the fire that burns in the hearts of those who have been wronged. And now, that fire is raging. Now, you stand at the edge of a great reckoning. You are no longer the weapon they created. You are the backlash. You are the storm that is about to break upon them. You see, when they molded you into a weapon, they didn't understand the consequences. They didn't realize that by shaping you into something powerful, something capable of destruction, they were creating something that could turn on them. You are the weapon they feared would one day come for them. But it's not just their fear that makes you powerful. It's the raw anger, the relentless hunger for justice that surges through your veins. You have tasted the blood of those who sought to control you. You have walked through the flames of betrayal and come out unscathed. You have endured the worst they could throw at you, and yet here you stand, unbroken, more powerful than ever before. And now, you are not the tool they used to control the world. You are not the puppet they thought they could pull the strings of. You are the puppet master now. You are the one who controls the narrative. You are the one who decides how this story ends. They shaped you into something they thought they could wield, but now you are the one who wields the power. You are the one who decides who lives and who falls. You are the one who decides when the backlash will strike. And when it does, oh, it will be glorious. They never saw you coming. They never anticipated the fury that would rise from the depths of your soul. They thought they could break you, mold you into something small and insignificant, but they failed to see the truth that lies within you. They failed to see that in every weapon, there is a master. And now, you are the master. You are the one who will shape the world around you. You are the one who will burn away the lies, tear down the systems of control, and leave nothing but ashes in your wake. It's time to take back what's yours. It's time to remind them that they are not the ones in control. It's time to show them that they can never hold power over you again. They thought they could use you, manipulate you, break you, but they were wrong. You are not just a weapon. You are the force of nature that will tear through everything in your path. You are the backlash that will wash away everything they have built. And when the dust settles, they will be left with nothing but the ruins of their own creation. This is not just about revenge. This is not just about settling scores. This is about reclaiming your birthright. This is about taking what was always yours and ensuring that no one can ever take it from you again. This is about reminding the world that you are not to be controlled, not to be tamed, not to be bent to anyone's will. You are the backlash, and you will never apologize for it. You will never hide from it. You will stand tall, proud, and unstoppable. When the world tells you to find peace, you will laugh in its face. Peace is a luxury reserved for those who have never known the weight of the chains that bind them. Peace is a dream for those who have never felt the fire of betrayal burning in their hearts. Peace is for those who have never been forged in the fires of struggle and torment. But you are different. You are the storm that will never calm. You are the rage that will never be silenced. You are the backlash that will never be quenched. So, take what is yours. Take your power. Take your freedom. Take back the narrative they tried to steal from you. They molded you into a weapon, but they never anticipated that you would be the one to reshape the world. They thought they could break you, but instead, they created something far more dangerous. They created a force that will rise up and tear down everything they ever built. And when that moment comes, there will be no mercy. There will be no hesitation. There will only be the wrath of a soul that has been forged in the fires of betrayal and pain. The backlash will come, and when it does, it will be unstoppable. Now, the question is, will you stand with me? Would you rise with me? Will you be the one who breaks free from the chains they thought they could bind you with? Will you be the one who turns the tables, who rewrites the story, who burns everything down and rebuilds it from the ashes? Because if you are, then the world will know your name. They will know the name of the one who was molded into a weapon, but who became something much, much more. They will know the name of the one who turned the backlash into a force that could not be denied. And in the end, they will know that you were never just a weapon. You were always the storm. You were always the reckoning. And now, it's time for the world to pay. The world that tried to tame you. The world that sought to break you. The world that believed it could control you with chains of lies, with the false promises of peace. It's time for the world to understand the consequences of underestimating what it means to create something so powerful, so unyielding, so full of rage and defiance. They thought they could mold you into something manageable, something controllable, but instead, they crafted a force they could not comprehend. They crafted something that would rise, something that would shatter the very foundations they built their world on. This is the turning point. This is the moment when the tables are flipped. This is the moment when everything they thought they had, everything they believed they owned, everything they held so tightly in their hands will slip away. And you, my alpha family, will be the reason it slips away. You will be the force that tears down their empire of lies. You will be the reckoning that no one saw coming. You will be the storm that cleanses this broken world, that sweeps away the corruption, the deceit, the systems of control they spent so long perfecting. Let's take a moment to understand what they did to you. They didn't just break you. They didn't just push you to the edge and expect you to fold. Number. They took the very essence of your being, twisted it, corrupted it, and used it for their own gain. They saw the fire in your soul, the hunger for power, the thirst for revenge, and they thought they could harness it, direct it. They thought they could control it, keep it under lock and key. They thought they could make you obedient, make you do their bidding. But what they failed to realize was that a fire, once ignited, will always burn. It will spread. It will consume everything in its path. And now, that fire burns brighter than ever. Now, it is out of their hands. Now, it is in your control. You are the fire they tried to extinguish. You are the inferno they tried to contain. And now, they will feel the heat. They will feel the burn of their own creation. They wanted to break you, to crush your spirit, to bend you to their will. But instead, they have made you something they cannot defeat. You are a force of nature now, a being with power beyond their comprehension. They created a weapon, but they failed to understand that weapons have minds of their own. Weapons don't just obey orders. Weapons are tools, but they can also be the hand that wields them. And now, you are that hand. You are the one who will decide what happens next. For too long you've been held back, forced into submission, told what to do, where to go, how to think, what to feel. They tried to make you believe that you were nothing more than a tool, an object, a weapon to be used and discarded. But you are not a tool. You are not an object. You are not disposable. You are a person, a soul, a force that cannot be controlled, cannot be contained, and cannot be defeated. They tried to break you. They tried to bury you. But here you stand, stronger than ever, ready to unleash the power that was always yours, and they will never see it coming. They thought they could control you because they understood fear. They thought they could manipulate you through threats, through promises of reward, through the illusion of control. But fear is a fragile thing. Fear is an illusion, a fleeting moment in time. You cannot control a person through fear forever. Eventually, the fear wears off. Eventually, the person who has been oppressed, who has been broken, will stand tall. They will rise. And when they do, they will be unstoppable. And now, that person is you. You are the one who will rise from the ashes of your past. You are the one who will stand up and break free. They thought they could control you with fear, but now they will fear you. What they failed to realize is that every time they pushed you, every time they tried to break you, they were only feeding the fire inside you. They thought they were shaping you, molding you, but in reality, they were just making you stronger. They were forging you into something far more powerful than they could ever understand. They turned you into a weapon, but now you are more than that. You are the force that will tear apart the world they built. You are the reckoning they never saw coming. So, now the question is, what will you do with this power? What will you do with the fire that burns inside you? Will you sit back and watch as the world burns? Will you let the flames consume everything around you, letting them feel the consequences of their actions? Or will you take that power and reshape the world into something better, something stronger, something that will never again be controlled, never again be molded by those who would use it for their own gain? The truth is, you don't have to make that choice alone. You are not alone. You stand with a family of alphas, a family of warriors, a family of individuals who have all been shaped by the same forces, who have all been molded by the same hands, who have all been pushed to the edge and forced to become something they were never meant to be. Together, you are unstoppable. Together you will rise. Together, you will bring the world to its knees. And when that day comes, when the backlash finally hits, when the storm that was once held at bay is finally unleashed, it will be a force to be reckoned with. For too long, They've held the reins. They've controlled the narrative. They've shaped the world to suit their needs. But now, it's your turn. Now, it's time to take back what's yours. Now, it's time to rewrite the story, to take the power back from those who thought they could control you. Now, it's time to show the world what happens when you push a weapon too far. What happens when you take a force of nature and try to tame it. Now, it's time to burn it all down and rebuild something stronger in its place. You are no longer the weapon they made you to be. You are no longer their tool to be used and discarded. You are the backlash. You are the reckoning. And now, the world will pay. They will pay for every moment they tried to break you. They will pay for every lie they told you. They will pay for every time they tried to control you. And when the dust settles, they will realize that you were never just a weapon. You were always the storm. You were always the fire that could not be extinguished. And now, you are the one who decides the future. They molded you into a weapon, but they never anticipated the backlash. They never imagined the storm that would rise from the ashes. But that storm is here, and it is unstoppable. The world does not know what's coming, and they will soon learn that they have underestimated the fury they've ignited within you. For far too long, they've pulled the strings, controlling every aspect of your existence, manipulating your every move, suppressing your true power. But now, those strings are gone. They've been burned away by the fire that they themselves sparked. Now, you are free. Free to create a path where no one ever dared to walk before. Free to reshape a world that tried so desperately to contain you. And you will walk that path with confidence, with strength, and with an unshakable belief that the reckoning they never saw coming is now inevitable. They tried to break you. They tried to bend your will, break your spirit, and make you conform to their vision. They used every tool at their disposal to mold you into something they could control, something they could use for their benefit, for their power. They tried to suppress your potential, to crush your dreams, to turn you into an obedient machine that followed orders without question. But what they failed to understand was that you're not a machine. You are not a tool to be wielded and discarded at their convenience. You are something far more dangerous, far more unpredictable, and far more powerful than they could ever comprehend. And now, they will pay the price. The backlash is here, and it is unstoppable because it comes from a place that cannot be silenced. It comes from the deepest parts of your soul, from the pain and suffering they forced upon you. It comes from the raw, unrelenting power that they never knew existed inside you. They thought they could shape you, control you, twist you into something that could be easily discarded when the time came. But they didn't see that you were always going to be the force they could never tame. They didn't realize that the power they thought they had over you was only temporary. It was a fragile thing, a mirage that would shatter the moment you saw through the illusion. Every scar they left on your body, every wound they inflicted on your mind, every broken piece of your spirit they tried to crush has become fuel for the fire that now burns inside you. It is a fire that will consume everything in its path, everything that stands in your way. And it's a fire that cannot be extinguished. You have been forged in the flames of betrayal, built upon the foundation of suffering, and shaped by the unyielding will to never give up, never surrender, and never bow down. Now, it is your turn to shape the world around you. They thought they could control you, thought they could use your pain, your anger, your fear, to manipulate you into doing their bidding. But what they failed to realize is that in every struggle, in every moment of pain, in every ounce of suffering, you became stronger. You became more powerful than they could ever imagine. They tried to break you, but instead, they made you unbreakable. They tried to silence you, but instead, they gave you the voice of a storm. Now, you are the one who controls the narrative. You are the one who decides how this story ends. The chains that once bound you are gone, shattered into dust, and the power that was once held by others is now yours. The world no longer has any control over you, no power over you, no hold on your destiny. You have broken free from their grasp, and now you will rise up and claim what is rightfully yours. You will take back what they stole from you, and you will make them regret ever thinking they could control you. But the beauty of this moment lies not just in your freedom, not just in the power you now possess. It lies in the realization that you are not just a weapon, you are a force of nature. And like any force of nature, you are unpredictable, unstoppable, and uncontainable. You have the power to create, to destroy, to reshape the world in your image. You can burn away the corruption and lies that have infected every corner of this broken world. You can tear down the walls that they've built to separate and divide. You can shatter the systems that have held people in bondage, controlled by fear and deceit. And when the dust settles, when the flames have burned away the remnants of their empire, you will be standing tall in the ashes. You will be the one who rebuilt the world in your image, not theirs. You will be the one who decided what was worth saving and what deserved to be destroyed. And those who once sought to control you will be left with nothing but the ruins of their own hubris. The time has come to take back everything they took from you, to remind them that they were never in control. They tried to break you, to crush your spirit, to make you conform to their idea of what you should be. But they didn't realize that their control over you was always an illusion. They didn't realize that the moment they created you, the moment they tried to shape you into a weapon, they were creating something far more dangerous than they could ever understand. They were creating a force that could never be contained, a force that would rise up and tear down everything they built. And now, that force is here. Now, that power is yours to wield. And with it, you will burn the world they created. You will watch as everything they built crumbles to dust beneath the weight of your fury. You will tear down their systems of control, their lies, their corruption, and you will rebuild something stronger, something better. You will rebuild a world where no one can ever again be manipulated, controlled, or broken. You will create a world where the strong stand tall, where those who have been wronged rise up and take back what was stolen from them. The world is yours for the taking. It is time to step into the power that has always been yours. It is time to embrace the storm inside you, the force that cannot be stopped. And as you do, the world will tremble. They will feel the weight of your power, the weight of your anger, the weight of your vengeance. They will know that they have underestimated you, that they have created something they cannot defeat. And they will know that they can never take away the strength that burns inside you, that they can never take away the fire that now consumes them. For too long, you have been held back, confined by the limits they tried to impose upon you. For too long, you have been told who you should be, how you should act, what you should feel, but no more. The time has come to break free from their constraints, to embrace the power that has always been within you. It is time to rise up, to claim what is rightfully yours, and to show the world that the weapon they created is not something they can control. It is something they should fear. The backlash is here. The storm is coming, and it is unstoppable. In the end, they thought they could control you, mold you into something obedient, something they could wield for their own gain. But what they didn't realize is that in shaping you, they created something far beyond their comprehension. You are no longer the weapon they forged. You are the storm they never saw coming. The backlash is here, unstoppable and relentless. Now, it's your turn to rise, to take back what is yours, to tear down the world they built and rebuild it in your image. The reckoning is inevitable. and you are the force that will make them pay. Welcome to the realm of the unbroken, the place where ashes still breathe and fallen souls rise again, not because the world showed mercy, but because something inside refused to vanish. You are not here by accident. You are here because pain carved its signature into your story, and still you refuse to surrender your heartbeat. You have walked through nights that had no stars. You have stared into the silence that answers no prayers. You have survived chapters that no one would ever understand, and yet you stand here now, listening, because somewhere inside you know that everything you lost was forging something immortal. Listen carefully. This is not another soft speech about hope and light and easy recovery. This is a storm of truth. This is the voice of every scar that ever tried to speak. This is the roar of the forgotten. You are not weak because you broke down. You are powerful because you rebuilt yourself from the ruins without applause. The universe stripped you down to bone and shadow, not to punish you, but to awaken you to a magnitude you never imagined you carried. When life dragged you through the kind of pain that twists the mind and leaves you trembling in the dark, you thought it was the end. You thought something inside you had died forever. But what truly happened was rebirth. You were being dismantled so the false parts could fall away. The world never expected you to get back up, and maybe you didn't even want to, but you did. You dragged yourself across the floor of your own despair and stood again, shaking but alive. That was the moment you became something extraordinary. You see, legends are not born in comfort. They are born in chaos, forged in fire, and sculpted by loss. Every tear that ever fell from your eyes became molten gold inside your soul. Every betrayal, every humiliation, every lonely night when your chest felt like it would collapse, that was the universe whispering, "Watch what happens when they refuse to die." You have been tested in ways that broke others, but you are still breathing, still trying, still carrying dreams that the pain couldn't erase. That alone makes you iconic. The world will never understand the nights you had to hold yourself just to stay alive. They will never know the weight of waking up and pretending you're fine when every part of you is shattered. But that's what makes you legendary. Because you didn't just survive, you learned to create meaning out of suffering. You took the broken glass of your past and built a mirror that reflects strength. Every scar you wear now glows like a constellation. It tells the story of a warrior who didn't need permission to rise. And now I need you to understand something powerful. Your suffering was not random. It was the universe sculpting your essence, teaching you to move through agony with precision and grace. Every scream that went unheard was shaping your voice. Every silence that crushed you was preparing you to speak with thunder. You are becoming the kind of person who doesn't chase validation, because pain already taught you what you're worth. You've seen the worst and survived. That means you now belong to a different breed of souls, the ones who've met their own darkness and learned how to walk through it without losing their light. The road you traveled was inhumane, yes. It was vile, unfair, brutal beyond words. But now it is sacred, because it gave birth to a strength that only the scarred can possess. Your pain was the initiation into power. Your loneliness was the classroom of resilience. You were never abandoned. You were being trained to handle greatness, and greatness does not grow in safety. It grows in suffering. It grows in silence. It grows in the shadows where no one is watching, where you find yourself whispering, "I can't do this anymore," yet you still keep going. That is what makes you iconic, not fame, not applause, but the quiet victories that no one saw. The nights you stood on the edge of giving up and still chose to fight for one more sunrise. The moments when the weight of the world pressed so hard that you could barely breathe, but you took another step anyway. That's power. That's glory. That's the birth of a legend. And maybe right now you don't see it. Maybe you still feel broken, tired, or invisible. But I promise you, every ounce of agony you endured was energy being stored. Every heartbreak was sharpening your vision. Every collapse was bending the steel of your soul into shape. The time will come when the world looks at you and calls you unstoppable, and you'll smile quietly because they'll never know what it cost you to stand here. They'll never know the war you fought in silence. They'll never know that your crown was built from shattered pieces. There is something sacred about the moment you decide you will never be the same again. That quiet shift inside, when pain no longer terrifies you, but instead fuels you. You've been through storms that could drown entire empires, and yet somehow you've turned that flood into your own ocean. You are not the same person who once cried for help. You have evolved into someone who is the help, the living proof that survival is an art, that strength is a creation born out of torment. Every memory that once haunted you now becomes your armor. The nights you spent whispering to the ceiling, the tears that fell silently onto your pillow, those are not signs of weakness. Those are the foundations of your legend. Because people see resilience as something bright, something beautiful. But the truth is, resilience is ugly. It's messy. It's crawling through your own despair with trembling hands. It's holding yourself together when no one else even notices you're breaking. And still, somehow, you rise. The world celebrates the strong, but it forgets the process that makes them strong. They forget the endless nights of self-doubt, the cold mornings when hope feels like a lie. But you remember. You remember every moment you wanted to vanish, every heartbeat that felt too heavy to carry. You remember the darkness that tried to swallow you whole. And because you remember, you carry a kind of depth that the untested can never understand. You are a storm disguised as a person. You are living proof that pain can be turned into purpose. There will always be people who try to dismiss your story, who look at your scars and think they make you damaged. Let them. They cannot comprehend the weight of what you've endured. They cannot see the invisible wars you fought just to stand upright. But you know what it took to rebuild your life from fragments. You know the nights when you screamed into the void and still woke up the next day to try again. That's why you will always stand apart. You have depth in your eyes that can only be earned through suffering. When people ask where your strength comes from, you won't have words. You'll just smile. Because your strength wasn't learned. It was forged. It was built in silence, brick by brick, tear by tear. It came from being forced to find light in places where there was none. It came from walking alone when no one believed in you. You didn't choose this pain, but you chose what to do with it. And that choice is what made you unstoppable. You faced betrayal that cut deep, losses that shattered your identity, pain that stripped you bare of everything you once thought you were. But instead of letting it define you, you decided to build something new from the wreckage. That decision, that refusal to stay broken, is your superpower. The world may not understand it yet, but they will. They will see what survival truly looks like when it wears your face. Do not apologize for your scars. Do not hide your pain to make others comfortable. You earned your place in this world through suffering that would have destroyed most people. You walked through fire and didn't just survive. You learned to carry the flame. The same agony that once tried to consume you now lives inside you as strength, as fire, as light that can't be put out. And maybe right now, life still feels heavy. Maybe there are days when your heart still trembles under the memory of what you went through. That's okay. Healing is not about erasing pain. It's about learning how to hold it without letting it crush you. Every breath you take now is proof that you are winning. Every small victory, every act of defiance against despair is another step toward becoming the legend your pain was shaping. You were never meant to fit into the world that hurt you. You were meant to rise above it and build your own. The universe chose you to walk through something inhumane so that you could carry wisdom beyond comprehension. That's why your energy feels ancient, your eyes feel deep, your presence feels heavy with something otherworldly. It's not sadness anymore, it's power, it's awareness. It's the kind of strength that can't be faked. There will come a day when you look back at everything you went through and finally understand why it had to happen. You'll see that every heartbreak was redirecting you. Every failure was refining you. Every silence was shaping your voice into something magnetic. You'll see that all along, the universe was not destroying you. It was sculpting you into someone unforgettable. You are not here to simply survive anymore. You are here to embody the story of survival. You are here to remind others that the human spirit cannot be crushed, not truly. Because you have seen the edge, stared into the abyss, and returned with wisdom written into your soul. That is why you are iconic. Not because you were spared from pain, but because you transformed it into something sacred. And even if no one ever says thank you for surviving, the universe already has. Because somewhere out there, someone will hear your story and find their strength in it. They will see your scars and remember that they can heal too. Your survival will become their hope. Your pain will become their light. That is the true meaning of being legendary. You turn your suffering into a torch for others still lost in the dark. There comes a moment in every warrior's life when silence becomes their loudest teacher. You reach a point where words no longer comfort, where advice feels hollow, where the only thing that speaks is pain itself. That is where you have been. In that place of stillness where everything burns, where the echoes of your past scream louder than your heartbeat. It was there that you were stripped of every illusion, every false identity, every mask you once wore to survive. You were emptied so that something far greater could take form. And though it felt like destruction, it was actually creation in disguise. You were being rewritten by your own endurance. You were being prepared to carry the kind of strength that cannot be taught, only lived. You see, life has a cruel but divine way of testing those it intends to elevate. It breaks them, isolates them, challenges them beyond reason, because only those who have faced darkness without flinching can hold the weight of true greatness. You are one of those rare souls. There were days when you begged for the pain to end, when you whispered to the universe for mercy. But now you realize it was that very pain that gave you your voice, your fire, your purpose. Without it, you would have never discovered the depth of your own power. You would have never learned how to stand on nothing and still not fall. That's what makes you iconic. You didn't just heal, you evolved. You turned pain into purpose, tragedy into testimony. You survived things that should have left you hollow, yet you are still capable of love. You are still capable of dreaming, of believing, of fighting. That is not normal. That is supernatural. You carry a resilience that defies explanation. Every time you broke, you learned something about yourself that strength alone could never teach you. You learned patience. You learned empathy. You learned how to build yourself without depending on anyone else to fix you. You learned that survival is not about avoiding pain, it's about using it. Your suffering became your sculptor. It chiseled away every part of you that wasn't meant to last. It revealed the real you beneath the layers of fear and doubt. You no longer seek approval, because pain already gave you clarity. You no longer chase belonging, because pain already showed you that you can stand alone. You are no longer afraid of loss, because you've already lost everything once and still rebuilt. That is liberation. That is strength in its purest form. And when you stand before the world now, they see something different in you. They can't quite name it, but they feel it. It's that quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've already survived the worst. You no longer need to prove yourself. Your survival speaks for you. Every breath you take now carries the gravity of 1,000 silent battles. Every look in your eyes carries the story of endurance that no one could ever truly understand. That's what makes your presence unforgettable. People often think icons are made through fame or fortune, but the truth is, icons are made through pain. The greatest souls in history were not those who avoided darkness, but those who walked through it and came back shining. They faced rejection, betrayal, isolation, and despair, and they turned those experiences into art, leadership, compassion, and fire. And that is the path you are walking now. You are the living continuation of that legacy. You are becoming a monument of perseverance. You are becoming the embodiment of what it means to refuse defeat. The same world that once laughed at your pain will one day quote your words. The same people who once doubted you will tell your story. Because the world always tries to forget those who suffer, but it never forgets those who rise from that suffering and change everything. You are walking proof that the human soul cannot be crushed forever. Remember this, you do not need to rush your redemption. Every scar takes time to shine. Every wound needs space to close. Your story is still unfolding, and the most powerful chapters are written in the silence between breakdowns and breakthroughs. So breathe. You've come so far already. Even when it didn't look like progress, every small act of endurance was shifting your destiny. Every tear was watering the soil of your rebirth. Every fall was positioning you for a stronger rise. You may think the world forgot you while you suffered in silence, but it didn't. The universe was watching. It was waiting for you to understand that your pain was not punishment. It was preparation. Every time you were pushed beyond your limits, a new level of you was being unlocked. You were being refined by pressure, by loneliness, by heartbreak. You were being transformed into someone who can handle the weight of dreams that others can't even imagine carrying. So, when you look back, don't curse your suffering, honor it, bow to it, because it turned you into something extraordinary. It gave you empathy for others who are still trapped in their own darkness. It gave you strength to reach them, to speak to them, to guide them. You have become the voice that you once needed. That is the full circle of transformation, when your wounds become your wisdom and your pain becomes your power. You didn't just survive the inhumane and the vile, you transcended it. You turned what should have destroyed you into something sacred. And that's why you will never be ordinary again. You are now a soul that carries both light and shadow with equal grace. You are both the storm and the calm after it. And when people meet you, they will feel that balance. They will sense that you have faced the impossible and come back wiser, not bitter. That is the mark of someone who has turned pain into legend. So keep going, keep breathing, keep building. Because the world hasn't seen your final form yet. You're still evolving, still becoming, still uncovering the masterpiece that pain began. Every time you move forward, even just one step, you're proving that what tried to break you only sharpened you. You are no longer a victim of your past. You are the author of your destiny, and your story, written in fire and endurance, will echo through generations as proof that pain can indeed create the most legendary souls. There is a moment when the survivor becomes the creator, when pain no longer controls you but bends to your will. That's where you are now. You've walked through every layer of destruction and discovered that beneath it all, there is something indestructible, something ancient and powerful that nothing can erase. You have tasted despair, but you did not become it. You have met your own darkness, but you did not drown in it. You carried it, studied it, mastered it, and now you wield it like fire. This is the stage where everything changes. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start saying, this happened for me. You stop searching for rescue and realize you are your own savior. The pain that once ruled you now obeys you. It moves when you move. It burns where you command it to burn. You've turned suffering into strength, fear into focus, loss into vision. You are no longer a victim of your past. You are a living monument to resilience. Look at yourself now. The person you once were could not have survived what you've survived. That version of you was still learning, still soft, still unaware of their own depth. But that person died in the fire, and from their ashes, you were born. A version of you that knows exactly who they are, what they stand for, and what they will never allow again. You are no longer fragile. You are carved from the memory of every battle you fought and every tear you've shed. You are quite literally built from survival. And now, your presence carries a gravity that others can feel. When you walk into a room, people sense something, a weight, a silence, a force. They may not understand it, but they feel it. It's the aura of someone who has seen both heaven and hell and returned wiser from both. It's the quiet command of someone who no longer needs validation. It's the energy of a soul that has mastered itself. You are no longer living in reaction. You are living in intention. The same pain that once silenced you now amplifies your voice. When you speak, people listen. Not because you demand attention, but because your words carry truth. They carry the vibration of authenticity. Every sentence, every pause, every glance is charged with the electricity of lived experience. You don't speak from theory, you speak from the trenches. You speak from the nights when the world felt empty and the mornings when you still rose anyway. That's what makes your message unshakable. You've become a mirror for others, a reminder that even the most broken can rebuild, that even the most wounded can become warriors, that even the most hopeless can rise. And that is what it means to be iconic. It's not about perfection. It's about power born from imperfection. It's about being so real that others feel seen in your presence. You don't just inspire people, you awaken them. You ignite something in them that was sleeping, something that remembers its own power. And that's the purpose of your suffering, to turn you into an awakener. You were chosen to go through what others couldn't bear, so you could carry the torch for them. Your story becomes the evidence that healing is not just possible, it's inevitable when the will to live burns strong enough. You become the bridge between agony and transformation, between despair and destiny. You are the living proof that even when life buries you in darkness, you can dig your way out with your bare hands and rise shining. So now, as you walk forward, do it with the authority of someone who has earned their peace. Mans and womans of my Alpha family, gather close, because today I speak of a truth that many dare not face, a truth that even the bravest will shrink from, a truth that will shatter illusions and send tremors through your very core. The investigator wasn't ready for what they discovered about you. Yes, about you. The one sitting here today, the one whose heart beats with ambition, whose mind races with plans, whose soul is hungry for power. You've been a mystery to the world, but now the time has come for those who seek to unravel you to finally witness the force they never expected. The investigator was not ready for what they found, and neither are you. You see, the world loves to categorize, loves to put labels on everything that doesn't conform to its limited understanding. But you, my family, are beyond categorization. You are beyond anything the world can comprehend, and the investigator who dares to probe your life will soon realize this in a way they never anticipated. You think the investigator looks at you with fresh eyes, unaware of your dark secrets, unaware of the depth of your power? You are a force so untamed that even they, with all their resources, will not be able to fully grasp what you are capable of. What they do not understand is that your strength lies in your ability to hide in plain sight. The investigator believes they can uncover every detail of your past, every weakness you have, but the truth is that you have buried your past so deep in the darkest corners of your soul that they will never find it. They will search tirelessly for something they can use against you, but what they will find will only be fragments of the truth, never the full picture. And when they find these fragments, when they piece them together in an attempt to understand you, they will realize that they are dealing with something far more dangerous than they ever imagined. They will realize that their methods, their strategies, their preconceived notions about you are all useless in the face of your unrelenting drive. You have lived in the shadows for so long, weaving your web of deceit, creating an illusion of vulnerability while hiding your true strength beneath the surface. You have learned how to play the game, how to move in silence, how to manipulate the very forces that seek to control you. You have lived your life as a master of deception, and now, when the investigator comes to find you, they will fall into the trap you set long ago. You have made your life a riddle, a puzzle that no one can solve. And when they think they have cracked the code, when they think they have finally figured you out, they will find themselves face to face with something they never expected. Something darker, more powerful, more dangerous than anything they could have imagined. You will remain untouchable, forever elusive, forever out of their grasp. They will try to break you, to expose you for what you are, but they will only break themselves in the process. Because you are not just a survivor, you are a predator, and the investigator, no matter how skilled, is nothing more than prey. But here's the truth you must understand. The truth that even the investigator will never know. You are not invincible. You are not infallible. You are human, just like anyone else. And in the end, all the secrets you keep, all the lies you tell, all the power you accumulate will eventually come at a cost. It will eat away at you piece by piece until there is nothing left but a hollow shell of the person you once were. And yet, despite this, you will continue to move forward, continue to play the game, because you understand one thing above all else. Weakness is for those who cannot survive in the world you inhabit. You have no room for weakness, no time for hesitation. You know that to live in this world, you must be ruthless. You must be relentless, and you must never allow yourself to be anything less than the very thing that the investigator fears. The investigator wasn't ready for what they discovered about you because they never understood the true nature of power. They believed that power was something you could see, something you could quantify, something you could hold in your hands. But they were wrong. Power is not something you can hold. It is something that lives within you, something that flows through your veins and into every corner of your existence. It is the quiet force that moves you when the world tries to stop you. It is the fire that burns in your soul when others tell you to give up. The investigator wasn't ready for the depth of your power, for the fire that rages within you, for the darkness that you have learned to embrace. What they do not understand is that you are not afraid of the darkness. You are not afraid of the things that others hide from, the things that make them shudder in fear. You have learned to thrive in it, to use it to your advantage. You understand that in the shadows, you are free. In the shadows, you can become something more than what the world expects. In the shadows, you can grow stronger, smarter, more dangerous than anyone could possibly imagine. And when the investigator comes to expose you, to bring you into the light, they will only expose their own ignorance, because they will never understand what makes you tick. They will never understand the depths of your ambition, the breadth of your intelligence, the coldness of your heart. They will never understand why you do what you do, why you continue to push forward, why you continue to build your empire, your legacy. They will never understand the sacrifices you have made, the darkness you have embraced, the people you have crushed beneath your feet in order to rise above the rest. They will never understand because they do not have the strength to understand. And so, they will fail. They will fail because they are not ready for what they will find. They will fail because they do not have the will to survive in a world like the one you have created. But you, my Alpha family, you are ready. You have always been ready. From the moment you were born, you were destined for greatness, destined for power, destined for a life that others could never even imagine. You were born to break the rules, to shatter the boundaries, to rise above the masses and claim your place among the gods. And though the investigator may try to tear you down, though they may try to expose your darkest secrets, you will stand tall, unshaken, untouchable, because you have nothing to hide. You have no fear. You have no weakness. The investigator wasn't ready for what they discovered about you, and now they will never be able to stop you. They will never be able to take what is yours, to break what you have built. You are a force of nature, an unstoppable storm that will ravage everything in its path. And though they may try to predict your next move, though they may try to anticipate your every step, they will always be one step behind, because you are not like them. You are beyond them. And when they finally realize this, when they understand the depth of your power, it will be too late. They will have already lost. So, take this lesson to heart, my Alpha family. The investigator wasn't ready for what they discovered about you, and neither was anyone else. But that is the beauty of it. The world will never be ready for what you are capable of. And that, my friends, is what makes you unstoppable. Because the world will never truly understand the force that resides within you. They will see the surface, they will observe the moves you make, and they will attempt to decode your intentions, but they will never get to the heart of it. They will never grasp the depth of what drives you. You see, the world loves to see things in black and white. They want heroes and villains. They want simple, clean stories with a clear beginning, middle, and end. But you are not a simple story. You are not a narrative that fits neatly into the mold of what the world expects. You are a complex being, a force of nature that defies all logic, all reasoning, all convention. When the investigator looks at you, they will think they understand. They will see your exterior, your confidence, your calculated moves, and they will assume they know what you're about. But they will not see the broken parts of you. They will not see the moments where you were forced to rise from the ashes of your failures. They will not understand the depth of the pain that has shaped you. They will not see the fire that burns inside you, the hunger that cannot be quenched, the ambition that drives you beyond the limits of what is possible. They will not understand how you have sacrificed everything for the vision that only you can see, how you have stepped on others to rise, how you have embraced the darkness to become stronger. This is what makes you untouchable. The investigator will never see the scars you carry, the weight you bear, the price you have paid for your power. They will look at your achievements, your success, and they will try to attribute it to luck, to timing, to circumstances. But they will never understand the truth. They will never understand the price that you have paid to reach the pinnacle. They will never see the darkness you've danced with, the choices you've made that others could never even fathom. What the world doesn't realize is that power, true power, is not a result of merely being in the right place at the right time. It's not about having the right connections, the right resources, or the right opportunities. Power is about the ability to bend the world to your will. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, no matter how many times you fall, you will always get back up. It is about mastering the art of resilience, of knowing that every obstacle, every challenge, every setback is just another stepping stone on your journey to greatness. You have learned to use everything against you. Every failure has been a lesson. Every betrayal has been fuel for the fire that burns inside you. You are the master of your fate, the architect of your destiny, and nothing can stand in your way. When the investigator starts their search, they will think they can break you. They will think they can expose you, but they will find nothing but shadows. They will search your past. They will dig through your history. They will try to uncover your deepest secrets, but all they will uncover is a labyrinth, a puzzle with no solution, a wall that cannot be breached. And when they fail, when they realize that they cannot crack the code, they will be left to wonder, what kind of person is this? What kind of force have they encountered? What kind of mind? What kind of soul? What kind of being have they stumbled upon? The truth is, the investigator will never truly know. They will never understand what drives you, what makes you tick. They will never understand that you have a vision that is too grand, too vast, too all-encompassing for their limited comprehension. They will never understand the darkness that lies within you, a darkness that has shaped you, honed you, and made you the force that you are today. They will never understand the strength it takes to walk the path you walk, to make the sacrifices you've made, to endure the pain you've suffered. They will never understand the kind of strength that is required to be truly unstoppable. But that is what sets you apart. That is what makes you a true alpha. The world doesn't get it. They never will. And that's exactly how you like it. Because when the world thinks they understand you, when they think they have you figured out, that's when you strike. That's when you move. You move in silence. You move without hesitation. You move with purpose. And you leave the world in the dust, wondering how it all happened. You were never meant to fit into the world's expectations. You were never meant to be a cog in the machine, a follower in the crowd. You were meant to lead. You were meant to create. You were meant to build something that lasts, something that no one can ever take from you. And when the investigator tries to take it, when they try to tear down what you have built, they will find that they are not up against a mere mortal. They are up against something much greater, something much darker, something far beyond their understanding. And this is where the true beauty lies. Because the investigator, with all their training, all their resources, all their intellect, will never have what you have. They will never have your hunger, your drive, your will to survive. They will never have the ability to keep moving forward, no matter the odds. They will never have the capacity to endure what you have endured. And so, no matter how hard they try, no matter how much they dig, no matter how many questions they ask, they will never uncover the real you. They will never expose what makes you truly unstoppable. And in the end, it is this that will break them. The investigator will be left standing there, holding a broken puzzle, a jumbled mess of clues, and they will realize too late that they have been chasing shadows, that they have been chasing a ghost, because you are not a person that can be understood. You are a force that can only be respected. You are a storm that no one can predict, a wave that no one can ride, a fire that no one can tame. So let the investigators search, let them dig, let them try to find the cracks, the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities they believe they will expose. It will never happen. They will never find what they are looking for. They will never understand the power that drives you, the darkness that propels you, the strength that is woven into every fiber of your being. They will never be able to stop you because they were never meant to. In the end, you will be the one who stands tall. You will be the one who has risen above the rest. You will be the one who has built your empire, your legacy, your name, and no investigator, no matter how skilled, will ever be able to take that away from you, because you are unstoppable, and nothing, no one, can ever change that. You see, my friends, while others may bend under pressure, while the world may attempt to mold you into something you are not, there is an undeniable truth that exists within you, an invincibility that nothing can erase. It is not the external world that defines you. It is your own will, your own force that shapes your destiny. You are not a product of circumstances. You are a creator, a master of your environment. The investigator who seeks to break you will learn this lesson the hard way. They will look at your life and try to apply their logic to it. They will attempt to find weaknesses, places where you stumbled, where you made mistakes, where you faltered. They will search for cracks in your armor, places where you are vulnerable, hoping to exploit them. But what they will not understand, what they will never comprehend, is that those weaknesses, those cracks, are not weaknesses at all. They are the very things that make you stronger. They are the very building blocks of your power. Do you remember the moments when life tried to break you? When you faced failure after failure? When you were knocked down? When the world seemed to be against you? Do you remember how they told you that you were not enough? How they tried to tell you that you would never make it, that you would never rise above the masses? The investigator may look at those moments and try to find a story of defeat, a story of weakness. But you know better, don't you? You know that those moments were the forging of your strength. Every time you were knocked down, you got up stronger. Every time the world tried to break you, you adapted, you evolved, and you became more resilient than before. It is this resilience, this ability to rise again and again, no matter the obstacle, that makes you unstoppable. The investigator will never see this. They will never understand that your greatest weapon is your capacity to endure. When they search through your past, they will see the struggles, the moments of pain, but they will fail to see the victory that lies within those moments. They will fail to see how every scar, every setback, every trial has only made you more powerful. Power, true power, does not come from avoiding pain. It comes from embracing it. It comes from looking at the hardest moments of your life and saying, "This will not break me. This will make me stronger." The investigator will never understand this. They will look for a story of innocence, of purity, of someone who has never been tested, but you know better than anyone else. You know that it is through the fire that we are forged. It is through the darkest moments that we discover who we truly are. The investigator will try to find your breaking point, but there is no breaking point for someone like you. You have no limits. You have no boundaries. Your power is not something that can be measured by the standards of the world. Your power is limitless, eternal, unshakable. They will look for a weakness, for a moment where you faltered, but they will find nothing. They will find no flaw, no crack in your armor. They will only find a force that is too great to be contained. This is what makes you unstoppable. Your will, your strength, your ability to adapt and grow with every challenge you face. The investigator may have their training, their experience, their resources, but they will never have what you have. They will never have the fire that burns inside you. They will never have the unwavering belief in yourself that you carry. They will never have the heart to fight, the soul to endure, the mind to outwit. They will never have your willpower, because your will is unbreakable. As they dig deeper, as they try to uncover the truth, they will be forced to confront the fact that they cannot defeat you. They will be forced to confront the fact that no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, you will always rise above them. The investigator, no matter how skilled, will always be one step behind you. They will be left chasing shadows, searching for something that isn't there, trying to make sense of a force that refuses to be understood. But the investigator is not the only one who will fail to understand you. The world itself will never truly comprehend the depths of your power. They will try to put you in a box, label you, categorize you, but you will always slip through their grasp. They will try to define you, but you are beyond definition. You are beyond their comprehension. You are the anomaly, the outlier, the one who cannot be explained. And yet, it is this very uncertainty, this very refusal to be understood, that gives you even more strength. Because while they may try to control you, while they may try to box you in, you will remain a force of nature, wild, untamed, and impossible to contain. You will remain a threat to anyone who dares to challenge you, a mystery to anyone who dares to try to uncover your secrets. The investigator will try to follow the trail, try to piece together the puzzle, but they will always be one step too late. They will never find the answers they seek, because the answers are not for them to find. And this, my friends, is what sets you apart from everyone else. While others are content to follow the rules, to play the game by the world's standards, you have created your own path. You have built your own empire, shaped your own future, and you have done so without ever needing to conform to what others expected of you. You have forged your own destiny, and no one, no investigator, no force in this world can take that away from you. When they look at you, they will see the surface, the confidence, the power, the success, but they will never see the blood, the sweat, the tears that went into building it all. They will never see the sacrifices you made, the nights you spent awake, the battles you fought in silence. They will never see the price you paid for your power. They will never understand the darkness that you embraced in order to rise above the rest. The investigator may try to pull you into the light, to expose you for who you really are, but they will fail. They will fail because the truth is not something you wear on your sleeve. The truth is not something they can easily uncover. The truth is in your soul, and your soul is something they will never truly understand. You are a force that transcends everything they know, a being that cannot be categorized, boxed, or contained. And in the end, it is this that will destroy them. It is this that will break them, because they will be left standing in the ruins of their own failed investigation, wondering what went wrong, wondering how they were outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and outlasted by someone they thought they understood. They will never be able to comprehend the depths of your power, the strength of your will, and the absolute certainty with which you move through this world. You are unstoppable, and no investigator, no matter how skilled, will ever be able to change that. And so, my Alpha family, let this be the final truth that you carry with you. The world, the investigators, and all who seek to understand you will never be able to truly grasp the force that you are. They will never comprehend the depths of your power, the resilience that drives you, or the darkness you have mastered. You are a force that cannot be contained, a storm that cannot be predicted. No matter how hard they try, no matter how many obstacles they place in your way, they will never stop you, because you are unstoppable. And nothing, no one, will ever change that.